Sometimes in life we must pet the pooch. Take a moment and feel the pooch. Appreciate the pooch. Sometimes get a second pooch. And the wafting aroma of pooches that need baths. Feels good. Smells good. Makes one appreciate when they're clean. For if you never knew them to not be clean, you wouldn't appreciate them clean. Contrast in life is sometimes amazing. And we'll turn the rest of this meditation over to Mr. Zucker. You were so good last week. Give us your love, Kevin. Do it. Don't do it.
Breathe. Hi, how are you?
Oh, I was just going to follow your lead, man, and take a breath.
You did. You breathed. You breathed.
I'm a little gun shy with the breathing thing because, you know, I don't want to insult. Nah, I do want to insult people, but I don't want to insult anybody, you know. And
Why would you be Why would you be gun shy?
You know, I don't know. I feel like I just, you know, I like to pretend like you know, what do I like to pretend? Whoops, swing. Oh, that's too bad. How you doing, Kevin Zucker? What's going on, brother?
I'm good, Michael. I'm good. How are you today? You good today?
We're gonna play this game with the. Don't do this. I may have a surprise. You did it again. How do you? Are you cut and pasting that so fast? How are you doing that?
My hands are up here.
Okay, good. Oh, Michael, hello, boys. Hello.
Hi, Michael.
Hello, man. How's it going, buddy? All right, good to see you.
Anita's with us today, and our dear friend Patrick.
Hi, Anita. Hey, Patrick. We're gonna get cooking today. We're gonna have a lot of people come on today. I have a surprise guest. Kevin does not know about the surprise guest, but he's gonna be blown away. He actually really enjoys this person, and we'll be happy that you. Hey, man, what about last week bringing Mario in? How'd that feel for you? That's kind of cool, huh?
That was cool, man. I love the fact that your relationship was fractured, and yet you've figured out how to. No, I'm very serious about this. Why are we? Yeah. It's part of the Lavender, right? You figured out how to put it in the past and to lead from a place with love rather than with vinegar. So I commend you. I commend you for your ability to put the past in the past and move forward.
Yeah, life's a little short. You know, I've carried resentment before, you know, in relationships, and it just doesn't serve a purpose. If anything, it only hurts the person carrying the resentment, you know. And you know, Saturday I went to a funeral for a friend of my dad's, and remind me to tell you what happened after the funeral. Holy shit, scary. Anyway,
what happened after the funeral?
Well, hold on, let me tell you. The funeral. This was a very successful businessman, and from jewelry stores to construction to credit card companies. I mean, the guy had his hands in a lot of stuff. He worked with a lot of people. He was partners with hundreds of different concerns in different markets. And what the message was, though, it was how he how he would take the shirt off his back for anybody, and how, you know, people would lean on him and be there. He would be there for them over and over decades. His neighbors and his HOA, he became the president of the HOA, and just the stuff he would do for his neighbors. Like, the guy was just a generous guy, and how he affected people was so much more important than all of his success in his businesses and all that stuff. And I just, it's a reminder. You know, we're hip to that, right? You're hip to that, but like to hear it in a memorial setting, you know, it's just a reminder. And so go back to resentment. That's kind of the same thing. Like, why carry it, man? And also, you know, forgiving ourselves, right? We fall short all the time. I mean, you don't. You're remarkable, but most humans fall short, and then we beat ourselves up for it. And sometimes we don't even know that
Are we starting picking on each other early today? We're not even in the 6-minute mark, and you're already throwing little grenades at me.
That was I meant that.
Oh, really?
You can't even take a compliment, bro.
Oh, now I can't take
Wow, there we
compliments.
go. Gloves are off.
Okay.
So we beat ourselves up with stuff, and how if we can't forgive ourselves, and that goes with loving ourselves too. How do we love somebody else without actually loving ourselves first? And that goes back to that looking in the mirror thing that I shared with you a couple of years ago, and that's that when you're brushing your teeth, when I'm brushing my teeth, I look into my own eyes, and I really truly love the person I'm seeing in the mirror. I couldn't say that 18 years ago in my life up to that point. I never even thought about doing that, but it's that love starts with oneself, and then it translates to other people. Same thing with resentment. You're carrying resentment about, or negativity, or criticism. You know how critical I am. Carry that around. If I'm critical to you, there's a good chance that what's going on in here, I'm critical. I'm beating myself up. So that's a good tell for people. But like just understanding that, and letting it go, and trying to forgive, including ourselves. So when we left the funeral, going down Rainbow, about Spring Mountain, coming up on a red light, there's like 3 or 4 cars in each lane, 3 lanes. I was in the middle lane, and I decided to signal and get over in the far left lane. Yes, I'm that guy. If there's 3 cars there and 4 and 5, I'm going to go into the three car lane. By signal, but I noticed as I was signaling and starting to move over in the lanes, there's a car coming up behind me. It's super fast and just shoots over into that left lane that I'm getting into. But I was already probably halfway into the lane. So I kept going. He got next to me and tried to edge me out. And I just sort of finished my move. And he's flipping, going crazy. We're pulling really slow. We're slowing down to a red light. And the door opens. And he reaches in the back of the car. And I'm watching this in the rearview mirror. I'm like, honey, this guy's got, I think he's got a gun. And he starts to go out. Now, I don't know if he was just pretending or he changed his mind, but then he ended up putting the bag back and closing the door. In that moment, I thought, okay, do I put it in reverse and run this motherfucker over? Or do I put my hands out the window, put my hands on, and then talk him down? Hey, man, hey, I'm so sorry I didn't see you, It's scary. I mean, what is going on? I mean, in the last week or so, you've seen how many accidents near you. People in a hurry, driving, not paying attention,
In an 8-day period, I saw 3 accidents. One of them was fatal.
Yeah.
It was pretty sobering.
So the lesson is, ladies and gentlemen, don't get a ride from Kevin. Let this weird fog clear, and then
Don't use me as your juber.
Hey, Billy Gallagher, chime in. Who do you know any lighting engineers, programmers? Could you maybe what do they call that? DMing or private message or text? Billy, if you hear that message, please kind of seeking a lighting guy. So if you know somebody you could refer, that would be fantastic. What a great community in Las Vegas.
Thanks, Michael. Thanks for doing that. I appreciate you closing the loop on that one.
Well, I can't remember the lighting guy I was going to refer to you. It's so weird. I'm blanking on it. How is your
Billy,
memory?
if you wouldn't mind, can you just text me a couple ideas or send me a DM? Look what my wife said. Look at what she said. I have been smudged. I am good now.
Did you actually do a smudge?
Let me tell you something. My really good friend Brian Hopkins, from the Elvis.
Oh yeah, he did the feather and everything for you.
Oh
yeah.
Man, he brought over an eagle feather, and
he
brought over with sage.
Yeah, man.
I have been smudged, and I felt goosebumps.
Yeah, I love that you are open to that modality. You're more of a. I wouldn't guess you'd be open to that. I guess 4-car accidents around you in a short period of time. I think you might. People get desperate; they get open to modalities. Not that you weren't open, but I would not have guessed you would have been. I would think you'd roll your eyes at that. Am I wrong in that?
Why? What kind of vibe do I give off?
You're kind of a self-will guy, like you're a creator that drives, and you drive the bus, you drive it hard, like thinking that there's something bigger that's actually facilitating things. You don't strike me as someone that relies on that, leans on that, believes in it. I'm not saying you're not open to it, but it's not something that you turn to normally, right? Does that resonate?
I mean, I don't think having 3 car accidents or seeing 3 car accidents in 1 week is normal to begin with. So I was willing to try something, to clear some of the juju out of the black cloud I felt like I was living under for a minute. But
Well, Brian
yeah,
Brian is very spiritual and definitely healer vibe. You ever
yeah.
notice when he hugs you, when you say hello to Brian Hopkins and he gives you a hug? Do you feel what happens? Have you noticed anything about that?
Have you met him? I got to introduce you guys. I think you guys would really get along. He's become a really great friend in a very short amount of time. He's such a good guy, and what a story, right? Do you know his story?
Yes, Kevin. I know Brian well.
His brother just recently passed, and we co-wrote a song, something that you and I haven't done yet, but we co-wrote a song, and it's beautiful. It's a really amazing tribute to his brother, and it's coming up very soon. It's going to be his first solo single. He's never
He's a
released a
great
song on his
songwriter.
own yet. He's a
Tremendous.
he's a great front man. He's a great singer. He's a great everything. It was a lot of fun working with him.
I
And he
met
drives a
Brian.
motorcycle from my hometown.
What's
You know
made
that?
there?
A
An
Harley
Indian?
Davidson.
Is
there
that
any other?
Milwaukee? I don't know. I didn't know that. I didn't realize that.
Is Harley Davidson Milwaukee? Yeah,
Was it born in Milwaukee?
yeah, man.
What about Indians? Where are they? Where are they from?
They're
That
called
bike.
Native Americans now. I wish you wouldn't be
The
so.
motorcycle, you schmuck.
Oh my God! Cleveland even wised up and changed the name of their baseball team. They're now
Yeah.
the Cleveland Guardians, not the Cleveland Indians any longer, because it's not PC.
Is the motorcycle company going to change the
They
name
should.
of their bikes?
They quite honestly should, right? They should be the.
I feel like we've gotten too sensitive around that. I feel like there's
You're
intention.
really-
There's intention. When somebody's intention is hurtful, that's what gives the word power, whatever the word is. But I don't want to step on
So, do
somebody's
you
toes.
think the Washington Redskins should still be called the Washington Redskins?
I think Redskin was kind of always derogatory, perhaps, right? I mean, you're not going to say that about the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs is not a derogatory word by nature, right? A chief.
It is when I look at you and say, "Hey, Chief, how you doing?"
See, it's about the intention, not
But
the
it's
word.
derogatory, right? But
but Redskin versus Chief. I mean, neither of us are Native Americans, so I don't know if we.
This goes against what you just said. It becomes about the intention of what the word is intended to be used for. Some would argue that the Washington Redskin football team is not intending it to be derogatory.
Yeah, but I just wonder if that was a little just prior to it. It was just always used there was a negative connotation to it. Hey, ask Brian about that too. Brian might have somebody. Yeah, they don't teach driver's ed You're right about that, Brian.
They don't teach it, yeah, but you still have to hire a private school, right? You have to still go to a private driver's ed program and get your certificate.
You do?
I think
you can just go take the test and what's Michael? What's
think-
Michael saying?
I think in Wisconsin you still have to take driver's ed.
Michael, where is Michael? Is he? He's not
He's
here
in
in
Las
Vegas.
Vegas.
Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't realize that. Okay.
He's been in Las Vegas for almost 30 years, I think.
If they would just list the intersections that did not have an accident, yeah, it'd be a shorter report. He's right about that. Yeah, the traffic in this town has become really, really brutal. This is an ADD conversation because now we're going back to the Indian motorcycles with Brian Towers. Thank you for clarifying Springfield, Massachusetts. It's just we have a very awesome rides. Okay, yeah, you know what? Anita rides, huh? Are you a motorcycle guy?
I had a Harley Davidson for a while. Yeah.
And you rode for some years, like it was not just a quick.
It was quick because my daughter was 4 years old, and I'll never forget pulling up. And she was outside, and she was crying, and she cried and said, "Daddy, I don't want you to die on a motorcycle."
Scared
And
her.
I sold it immediately. Yeah.
Wow, that's
It was, but I loved it. It was therapeutic for me. I rode it, on the lakefront of Milwaukee, which was breathtaking. And I would drive from my recording studio to see my children, and it would be, 35 mile an hour roads, but just, very peaceful and calming. And, when you're riding a motorcycle, you're focused on everything that's going on.
hopefully.
I was scared shitless.
That's because you weren't comfortable on it yet. But these people that ride their whole lives, they get pretty comfortable. Was there a helmet law in Wisconsin at that time?
I'm sure there was, yeah, but I didn't wear pants, so why was I going to wear a helmet?
Do you have pants on right now? Is the question.
Right now, today, yeah, I have pants, and I also have this magical unicorn shirt.
Yeah, that's great.
With a castle and a unicorn with a little unicorn thing.
I like you supporting the pride a little bit too. It's a
thanks, man.
Risky venture these days, as they say.
Is it? I don't think it should be, right?
Oh yeah. Who do we have? All right, let's go to our guest here. Let's see. Bam.
Look at that. We got a Kansas City Chiefs fan joining us right now, Mr. Lenny Shapiro.
Yes, that's right. Kansas City Chiefs fan. How'd you know that?
Let's ask you something, because he knows you so well, and that's going to lead to another topic. But let's ask: do you think that the Cleveland Indians baseball team changed the name to Cleveland Guardians?
Guardians, yeah. And then Washington Redskins football team changed to the Washington Commanders.
What about it?
And then Kansas City Chiefs is going to hold it. Do you think that the word Chiefs is it implies it's positive, doesn't have any connotation that's negative, but whereas Redskin has a negative connotation?
It does?
I'm asking you, what are your thoughts around
No,
that?
I don't think any of them do.
So for you,
they're football teams.
For you, is it about intention in a word that makes the word negative or positive?
I don't know, son. I'm too tired to analyze it, but I just think that I'm still called the Redskins.
That's because you're a racist.
And I still say Baltimore Colts.
Well, that doesn't apply.
Not really, but you know what I'm saying, though? Kevin, right?
I'm a huge Baltimore Colts fan, yeah. Nothing like a little Johnny Unitas on a Sunday afternoon.
That's right.
Wow, he's taking it back, man.
Love your quarterback? I heard your quarterback is he maybe looking for somewhere else to go?
Brett Favre?
No.
He's looking for more insurance scams to dig into right now.
Love.
I think that's what he's looking at doing. Jordan Love, yeah, I hope so.
Quick interruption, guys.
Jordan Love fandom.
Speaking of unicorns, Mark O'Toole is here. All right, Mark, what's up, buddy? Yeah, had the pleasure of talking to him a couple times today.
Nice, Lenny. You just had a birthday.
I did. In fact, I'm surprised you weren't there. It was a surprise party. I told Michael to invite you to my surprise party.
Yeah, I know you did. He fucked me over like he.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Did you not? That went right over your head, right?
It was a surprise party.
I told Michael to invite you to my surprise party.
I told him from day one that Lenny was too sharp to let anybody throw him a surprise party. You had no clue. Tell me you had no clue.
They got me.
I knew they did.
Yeah, they did. So, there were a few little things they blew, but not on purpose. And it wasn't like they blew it. And I knew it was just little things that were weird that day. You know what I mean?
There were some challenges along the way. We didn't know about his friend's funeral coming up on the same day. We got invited to the DRF event the night before. I had to zig and zag a bit. And Laura, bless her heart, Laura is the most honest. His wife is the most honest woman you'll ever meet, and she just cannot, sneak around or do anything. And it was so stressful.
Not only that, but she's so sweet to stall me. So they got everybody thought. She got me a hooker before the party.
That's nice of her.
To stall me. Yeah.
All right. I'm sure that stalled you all of about 13 seconds.
Yeah, no, it's about 2 minutes, I think, is what it's up to. Dad, you realize we're not on it's not you, me, and Kevin on FaceTime, right?
Okay.
Okay. This is what we call a podcast.
I'll take the hooker back.
No, you can't. We can't edit it out.
I don't think you can return a used hooker. That's something.
They're guys, both of you. They're sex workers now. Going back to the right words, you can't say hooker anymore. It's now sex worker.
Okay.
You know what? I think that should be the name of our baseball team. That's what it should have been.
Sex workers.
Los Angeles sex workers.
Do you guys ever watch John Oliver? Either of you?
No, I don't.
Who is that? Is it a Jewish guy?
No, he's a Brit, and he's got a talk show on Sundays on HBO or whatever. But he was talking about. Never mind, it doesn't matter.
Froggy disagrees with me. He said you totally can return a hooker.
Oh, he's actually That's his realm, Dad. I think Brian, you can take the hooker back.
I didn't know you could.
Yeah, I didn't either. Hey,
You
how's
said
our?
take it back?
Yeah, you can take it
Or
back.
he said you can take it back?
You can. Yeah. Kevin and I were wrong. You're more than welcome to take the hooker back, Dad.
No, too late.
You know, my father took me to a hooker when I was 16 years old. On our way back from
14
Tahoe.
and a half.
No, I was driving. I was definitely
I'm
driving
kidding.
a car.
You were 16.
Save the receipt. 16 coming back from Lake Tahoe, me and a buddy of mine, I won't disclose his name, who I'm still friends with, and you know who he is, Kevin, but we're going to play a prank on him, on my friend, who's also 16. And the idea was, my dad said that they're set up like bars, right? So just go in the bar and don't tell them it's a chicken ranch or whatever. And so we go in, and I can't even contain myself. And I'm like, I'll take that one. So right away, I blew the hole. Do you remember that, Lenny?
Of course I do. You got grounded after that.
Yeah, I was down in 13 seconds. It was a quick one. Yeah. So 75th birthday, Kevin. Pretty big one.
Wow, 75.
He was joking around with me, but I think he was upset that he wasn't included. And he had a show that night. He was busting my balls a lot on the whole thing. But I tried to explain to him about you had a lot of friends fly in from high school from California.
No, but I asked you during the party, and you said he was working. He said,
well, that was true too.
Whatever. That's yeah.
Hey Lenny.
Just for the record, now that it's out in the public sphere, I would have taken the night off had I been given the opportunity to. So
you would have really.
For you, Lenny, I would have done anything.
This is a guy. This is a
birthday party.
Absolutely, to celebrate your 75th.
No, he's lying, Dad. The show must go on. This guy does not miss a show. He's got his guys. Everyone's making money. He's got other people that are responsible for it. If it was just Kevin doing a comedy bit, he might do that. But he's got 8 mouths to feed. I mean, come on, he wouldn't do that.
My guys are doing well enough that they could have taken a Saturday night off. Are you kidding me?
Would you have paid them to not play?
Sure.
Oh,
sure. I would have paid them to come to Lenny's party. I freaking love Chuck E. Cheese. I love that pizza they serve there. Is that where it was?
How much would you have to pay those guys to?
That's
enough,
not. Don't disclose that.
Yeah. Let's throw a number.
Let's say less than we bet on sports on the weekend.
Oh,
wow.
I pay more for programs in stadiums than what you're talking about.
That's right.
You know what he used to do, Kevin? He used to, because he had all these pro season tickets, and so because he had those sports bars, and so anybody who hit 4 of a kind, maybe I'm wrong in some of the detail, Len, you can correct me, but they would get 2 50-yard line tickets to, it was either at one time I think it was the Chargers, it was the Cardinals, it was the 49ers, it was the Raiders. What did you have another team, Lenny? Did I get them all? Is there 4 of them?
At one time there was 5.
What was the 5th one?
Yeah, the Rams.
Oh, the Rams and the
Cardinals,
Chargers.
Yeah. Raiders,
okay.
49ers, or 5 teams.
But
you're gonna buy some Las Vegas sex worker tickets?
It's a new team,
Vegas, in those days I was actually buying Las Vegas. What they had, I forget what they were called. They had a hockey team way back, and they had also arena football way back. They had a team.
Remember Highlight?
I used to buy all those tickets. Rebels.
So he would give them away. He'd give them away for his players, and then he would say, "You bring me a program." What was your deal? They bring a program back. They get what?
Those are the NFL tickets. If you won the tickets, and I wanted you to use the tickets, although I couldn't force you, but I would say, if you go, you bring me back a program and an extra large T-shirt and a picture of yourself in the stadium, and your first 4 of a kind, you get an extra 100 in cash when you come back in.
Because he wanted proof. He was trying to control. He accuses me of being a control freak. He was trying to control.
It wasn't proof. It was the suction idea of getting them back in.
What was it called? Suction? Did you say suction?
Well, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, that's not the right word.
What is this right here? Oh, the guy with the mustache. Froggy, you're talking about Derek. Derek would have been fine singing everything without you.
See, I would have been there. I'd have come over to the. Where were you at? You were at some Italian restaurant, right?
Vintner Grill.
Oh, you didn't even give me the location. That's right.
I didn't want you to show up. And
You didn't want me to show up. There was a plan to not let me come to your party, Lenny.
Dad, he told me you guys talk every day, and I got a little jealous, so I wanted to boycott him from the party.
Every other day, not quite every day.
Every other day, Lenny and I are always chatting it up.
Yeah. Well, you can wish him a happy birthday right now, Kevin.
I wished him a happy birthday. I
said
celebrated happy birthday, Lenny. There we go. What else?
Thank you. Kevin, how old are you?
I'm 15.
You're 50?
I'm 54.
15. He said 15.
15.
Yeah. A lot 54. Of him is 15.
54.
5'4". Same age.
Yeah.
Am I older than you, Kevin?
I'm probably older than you. Well, maybe. When is your birthday again?
September.
70?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're older than me by like 5 months.
Oh.
It's funny because I was going to say that Kevin looks like he's 4 or 5 months older.
No. That's because my balls are hanging lower than Michael's.
Way to make friends, Dad.
Yeah.
Hey, he tells me that he thinks he's got better swimmers than I do.
Is that what he said?
Did you hear about this bet?
No.
That we're going to go to the clinic and test our swimmers to see who has more swimmers, and the loser has to pay $500 to charity. I'll take that bet all fucking day. I got 3 kids.
Except
more
Kevin has one problem with this, Dad. He went on the podcast a few weeks ago and made a claim that he does not masturbate. How does he think he's going to go into a clinic and put it in a cup if he doesn't rub one out? He's not going to be able to do it. He won't be able to perform. If that's true. I don't believe him, by the way.
Huh. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say who has more of those.
Swimmers?
You want some of this action?
What do you mean by that?
I don't know who would have more.
Well, Lenny, if you had to make a bet, who would you bet? Who would you lean
might
on?
look more because one guy has a bigger lake to go into. Oh, jeez. Never mind.
Oh, was that bad?
That was not good.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Lenny Shapiro's attempt to be
it was
comedic.
Also very gross.
Was it, though? A bigger lake to go. I don't get it, basically.
But you guys are gross on the show anyway, right?
No, you've new bar.
Speaking of gambling, did you guys hear the news today? Big news.
No.
Pete Rose was reinstated by Major League Baseball in a historic decision today. He is now off the ineligible list and able to be voted on for the Hall of Fame. The guy dies. Yeah, it happened today.
Yeah, because they stopped that. He wasn't eligible all these years because of
Yeah. Well, the commissioner of Major League Baseball, a historic decision today by Commissioner Rob Manfred, allows Rose to be considered for the Hall of Fame. In his view, once an individual has passed away, the purpose of Rule 21 have been served. Obviously, a person no longer with us cannot represent a threat to the integrity of the game. Moreover, it's hard to conceive of a penalty that has more deterrent effect than one that lasts a lifetime with no reprieve. What do you think? Too harsh that they banned him for life, or right on?
Too harsh.
Really?
Well, Paul Hornung was in the Hall of Fame.
And he got kicked out of the NFL for gambling.
And he got suspended for a couple of years. Mm-hmm. But there was no question about whether he was eligible or not.
I don't think he was gambling like Pete Rose was. A little bit different, maybe.
Well, what do you mean? What's the difference?
I think Pete Rose was a full-time gambler. Like, he was hardcore about it. He got caught on a lot of stuff. Where Paul Hornung really, truly never. He made some bets on through somebody on his team, not against, or not that Pete Rose did. I don't know. I don't know the difference. Sam Novak says happy birthday, Dad.
Thanks, Sam.
Also is
what? Shoeless Joe? Who's that?
Shoeless Joe Jackson from the 1918 Chicago White Sox, the Black Sox that were booted, after their cheating scandal.
Oh, I don't know. Hi, Lynette. Say hi to Lynette, Dad.
Hi, Lynette.
And this is a good question from Mark's got a good point. Okay, are you able to see these comments, Lenny?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's Mark.
You want to talk about something gay now?
Yeah, we want to keep him engaged, meaning he's leaving if we don't talk about something gay now.
He doesn't like sports.
What about Kevin's shirt? Does that do it?
Let's see it.
Yeah, it's got some pride in it.
What is it?
It's a horse with an erection on its head, with some.
It's called a unicorn, and it's got a rainbow and a castle.
It just needs a cup for whatever's coming out of that thing on his head.
A lake.
Yeah, he needs a lake for that horn. Yeah, how's that, Mark O'Toole? Is that enough for you? Yeah,
no, okay. Not enough for anybody. I'm gonna hang up.
Well, listen, so Dad, well, I want to talk about one thing though. You've took me to a lot of great concerts, and because Kevin and I, yeah,
lots.
Let me ask you this: what out of all the concerts you've seen with or without me,
yeah,
what was your favorite concert? Anyway, so
wow, he's still talking. Look at him talking.
I know he's talking. He doesn't. Yeah,
he's still talking.
We got a special guest today, my father, who just celebrated his 75th birthday, and yeah, he's.
I thought you said he's a cool dad. I thought you led it up to being like something that was going to be special.
It's my dad, dude. How much more special can you get?
I don't know. You made it sound like it was like fucking, I don't know, George W. Bush. George W. Bush was coming on today or something.
No, my dad trumps that guy, no pun intended, but no, it's my dad, dude. I came out of his balls, bro. How it doesn't get any better than that. Okay. Oh, Denise is in. Right. Hi, Denise. Been driving to work. She got to say hi. We're doing well. We hope you're well. We're wrapped up. Kevin and I are bored with each other, so we're gonna say goodbye. Kevin, any last words? Do you have any last words that maybe you wanna actually